My speech is going to be about NFL current events that is happening right now in news headlines as of today, or as of that's currently happening right now. Sports overall is a popular topic in American news, no matter if it's baseball, basketball, or volleyball. However, American football is probably the most well known sport in America and one of the most popular topics in American news headlines as of today, because football is physical, fast paced, and seasonal, which makes people eager to want to watch their favorite team win and be entertained. Football's popularity and success skyrocketed due to the devotion of the game and the fact that they're all day events and that the teams are well balanced compared to other sports. What makes the NFL so popular and balanced is what goes on during the offseason. Free agency, trading, and the draft during the offseason is what makes the NFL so popular and talked about in the news. It gets people excited to see what decisions their team makes during the offseason because it can determine how well their team will do next season. My credibility source, personally, my next door neighbor, his son played in the NFL, and he told me all the information of how the NFL runs their business and how they manage free agency, trading, and the draft. His name's Aaron Ripkowski, and he used to play for the Green Bay Packers. He played fullback for them. Let's think for a second how important and valuable football is to Americans. Football can teach you hard work, discipline, and consistency, which can go a long way and help you achieve your goals in life. I am going to talk about the biggest moves the NFL have made so far in the headlines, starting off with the most popular topic talked about in the NFL news, which is free agency. Free agency is the most popular topic in the NFL because it is one of the most important methods to build a championship quality roster, also critical in terms to be successful and to help push a team forward. For example, in 2010, the Giants signed Antrel Rolle, a defensive back or former defensive back, during the free agency, and he helped lead the Giants to a Super Bowl win in the 2011 season along with quarterback Eli Manning. The biggest moves or the biggest news happening right now in free agency in the news is Aaron Rodgers is rumored to sign with the New York Jets. That's only if the Jets can agree to trade the first round pick to the Green Bay Packers in 2024, either this year or next year. Them agreeing, so once they agree, Aaron's gonna go to Rodgers is gonna go to the New York Jets. The Dolphins signed Jalen Ramsey to a multi-million-dollar contract. Also, my favorite team, the Buffalo Bills, hashtag Bills Mafia, signed former Super Bowl winner from the Rams, Taylor Rapp, hoping to repeat a Super Bowl journey with the Bills and by joining two All-Pros to help the Bills be successful, which are Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. And the San Francisco 49ers also re-signed Nick Bosa to a $30 million contract. As you can see, free agency is very unique and complex. In relation to the importance of free agency, trading is also one of the important factors, is also one of the most important factors because it can determine what picks the teams get in the draft. Trades happen in the NFL because the game is based around salary cap. For instance, if Team A is paying a player $5 million guaranteed with no bonuses, then Team B will have to turn around and pay the same amount if they trade for a player unless they renegotiate a new contract with the new player after the trade happens. The biggest trades that happened so far this year is the Baltimore Ravens picked up a trade and signed Receiver Odell Beckham Jr., a 1-year deal worth $18 million. The Tennessee Titans signed defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons to a 4-year mega deal worth $94 million after their trade. And the New York Giants trade and acquired tight end star Darren Waller, signed him a multi-million-dollar contract as well after the trade was done. Trading makes a big impact in the NFL because it can determine, or depending on who you trade and or sign, also determines what draft pick they will receive that year in an early or late round in the draft. In addition, the draft is also important in the NFL or in NFL news. The NFL draft is important because the draft is when potential rookies are about to get inducted into the NFL, and depending on how well they did in the combine and in college determines their spot in the draft. The draft is composed of 1 to 7. It's composed of 7 rounds and can last up for days depending how smoothly everything goes. It also gives teams opportunity to infuse their roster with new talent. Some rookies will provide an instant boost to the team's performance. Rookies may even help their team go to the playoffs. The top 3 draft talks currently in the news right now is that Panthers are predicted to get the first pick in the NFL draft. They are predicted to draft C.J. Stroud, a quarterback from Ohio State, an excellent QB who is an accurate pocket passer and with some mobility when needed. The Texans, our home team, are predicted to receive the second pick in the NFL draft. They are predicted to draft Alabama QB Bryce Young, which makes 3 former Alabama stars to join the Texans roster if you also count Christian Harris and John Mechie. The Colts are predicted to receive the third pick in the draft. They are predicted to draft Florida University quarterback Anthony Richardson. He is the Josh Allen of this year's draft. He's got great height and athleticism. He possesses an overall passing and rushing skill set that is good. That is great, almost too good. As we can clearly see, those top 3 factors is what makes the NFL popular in the news and a successful organization. The 3 factors, free agency, trading, and the draft, can dictate how good a team is going to be next year or next season, help bring a team a championship and success, all the while still providing fans with entertainment. With all the facts stated, football is clearly the most popular sport topic currently in American news. Football gets people excited for the next season. Fans see what players their team signs or trades with, and fans see what rookies their team draft that will help propel their team to achieve success. Finally, I want y'all to think about today of how what y'all learned today of how football is important to Americans and to Americans' culture, and that free agency, trading, and draft is what makes the NFL popular in the news. So with everything said, did you learn something new about the NFL that you didn't know before?